Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new video. Now, welcome to not a music reaction. Music reaction videos are really fun. I enjoy doing them. I'm not going to stop doing them. But copyright is a bitch. Copyright is a motherfucker. So, basically, what we're doing, I want to broaden the reactions a little bit. I want to do some slightly different things, you know? Basically, I just want to react to stuff that I'm watching at the moment. Not necessarily going to do every single Tom Scott video, but I'm watching him at the moment. I'm enjoying his channel right now, so I'm going to react to him. And next week, it could be Gordon Ramsay. The week after that, it could be, I don't know, makeup tutorials. Who knows? We know, it could be anything. So yeah, basically the channel, I don't want this channel just to be music. I want it to be a lot of music and enjoying One OK Rock and whatever else it is. But you know, I want to do other stuff as well, just because it's fun and it's boring to just do one thing. So today we're doing fantastic features we don't have in the English language. A bit of a tame one from Tom Scott. This is he's basically a Vsauce kind of style YouTuber where it's like cool things that you didn't know, or it's like things that blow your mind a little bit. This one sounds a little bit more boring. Some of his ones are pretty mad, pretty nutty. But this one just sounds kind of interesting, so it was just in my recommended, I'm not gonna lie, and I just want to watch it. Might as well squeeze every bit of content out of my life that I can. So, we're gonna react to it, and yeah, just learn about what we're missing in English, because obviously I don't speak any other languages. If you do, props to you. If you speak another language, you know basically double the words, so you're basically twice as intelligent as me. That's how I see it. Like, you know, if someone's bilingual, if someone can speak multiple languages, maybe they don't speak English as well, but they can speak English and they can speak German or Spanish or French, whatever freaking language it is, they're more intelligent than you if you can only speak one language, even though they can't speak English as well, and it might seem like they're not as, you know, they are more intelligent than you. So treat people with respect, you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah. Anyway, lecture over. Let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, click.
Most monolingual speakers think that other languages are basically just their language with different words in a slightly different order and maybe a different way of writing.
That's what you think, like, growing up. Is like, you just put something into Google Translate for your, like, French exam, and the teacher's like, it doesn't really work that well. And I'm like, nah, Google Translate will do it. It's just translate. It must be fine. It doesn't, like, there's different words and different nuances and it's a bit more complex than just typing it to Google. That did not stop 13-year-old me typing my whole French essay into Google Translate. It did not stop. Yeah. My French teachers did not like me, but they didn't like our whole class, to be fair. Anyway.
Language with different words in a slightly different order and maybe a different way of writing. Turns out, though, that there are lots of interesting features in other languages, some of which English could really benefit from having. I'm going to talk about 4 of them. Number 1, time independence. If you want to describe an activity in English, you have to say when it happened or when it will happen. You have to. That's how verbs conjugate. There is no way in English to describe the concept of a person and dancing, but not to mention anything about time. Chinese, on the other hand, verbs don't conjugate. In most cases, the meaning is obvious from context. I don't want to imply that Chinese doesn't have a tense system. It does. It's just not a requirement. It's not baked into every single sentence.
That is true. English does have that.
Side note, tenses aren't as simple as past, present and future, and there are some lovely subtle tenses in other languages. More on that in a later video. Anyway, if you want to write poetry with a more vague sense of time, Chinese is one of the languages to choose. Number 2, clusivity. The word we is confusing. Imagine going up to someone and saying, "Hey, we've just won the lottery!" There are 2 possible meanings there.
True.
Number 1, we refers to the speaker and the listener. We've just won the lottery! Brilliant!
Imagine doing that to a stranger. You just run up to someone, we've just won the lottery. That would be the greatest day of your life. Some random guy. Like, the way he looked as well, he looked so happy. Imagine this happens to you. You're just walking through the street. Pretend he has a mask on, first of all, and pretend this happens to you. We've just won the lottery! Brilliant! Like, that's a happy man. That's a friendly, happy man, and you've just won the lottery together. I'm taking that. I'm running away with him. We could go on holiday together. We could do all sorts of shit together. I mean, this is my new guy. This is my new guy. But wearing masks, obviously. That's important. Wear your mask, please. Number 2, we refers to the speaker and the speaker's friends. Yeah. But not the listener. We've just won the lottery, but you haven't. In languages with clusivity, there are different words for we, depending on whether you're including the listener or not. It shows up in languages in South Asia, Australasia, and all over the world, apart from Europe. I really wish English had clusivity, because once you describe it, it's a blindingly obvious missing thing that we all, could really use. True. Number 3, absolute direction. This isn't all that useful, but it is cool. In a few languages, notably a couple of Australian ones like Gugu that's the one that's been extensively studied, there are no words for left, right, forward and backward.
Instead,
What?
you always use cardinal directions, the equivalent words for north, south, east, and west. In this studio, north is that way. So right now, I have a north foot and a south foot.
What?
If I turn, I now have a west foot and an east foot. I think.
Well, if you're like
I
halfway...
mean, I'm having trouble tracking something simple like that, but if you're a native speaker of a language with absolute direction, your brain just handles it.
Yeah, if you grow up with it, then you just know which way north is. That's mad. That'd be so useful. I mean, I guess it wouldn't really be. It would be a bit. Because then, like, well, I guess would it... I don't know how useful that is actually in the modern world when we have maps and signs and shit. I guess it would be. It would be kind of useful. But I mean, you don't need that in your language to know which direction north and east and south are, do you? You can work that out without having it embedded into your language, I guess. But so, how do you go up and down? Because north, south... This is messing with my head. This is messing with your head. So in my room, I'm facing... Where am I? I'm facing north right now, actually. Yeah, I'm facing north. I'm literally facing north. That's handy. So I'm facing north. That's east, west, south. But what's up? What, like, how do I point that way? Because that's not any of them. That's just up. So what does up mean in that language? How do you define up? Maybe he might just tell me in the next sentence, let's see.
Native speaker of a language with absolute direction, your brain just handles it. You always know which way you're pointing, and if you don't, you have trouble speaking. And finally,
but how do you do up and down then? How does that work? Because north, south, east, and west is just... Because it's just 2 dimensions then. Because that's just up, that's not north. That's just the sky. I found a hole in his theory. It's not really a theory, he's just talking about something that's real, but I found a hole.
Evidentiality. In the same way that time is baked into English sentences, there are languages all over the world where evidence is baked in. If you're reporting something that happened, you have to include whether you personally witnessed it or not. You can do this in English, of course. I saw that, I heard that, but it's not required. Some languages have 5 or more different categories of evidence, based on whether you saw it with your own eyes, experienced it firsthand but it didn't involve seeing, whether you've inferred it from something else, whether you're reporting what someone else has said. All these concepts, which are fairly complicated to explain in English, are expressed just by how you change the ending of a word. All these fantastic features are one of the reasons why keeping minor languages alive is important. If English had utterly dominated the world and stamped out every other tongue, then we'd lose not only these rich languages, but we'd lose the insights that we gain of what the human mind is capable of.
Yeah.
So, here's my question to you. Can you think of a brand new language feature? Something that every language should have, but doesn't?
The compass language doesn't define up and down. That's my only issue. That's an issue. We need to get to Tom Scott. If you're watching, he's not watching this, but if you're watching, can you please explain? Because I don't genuinely, I don't. Or if anyone in the comments can understand, explain it to me. How does up and down work on that? Anyway, yeah, that was kind of interesting. Again, not his maddest video. He's got some pretty mindfuck videos. Again, it's like quite Vsauce. It's just quite interesting. I love, like, I just find stuff like this interesting. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I'll probably do more of these. People might not enjoy it. Let me know if you do. If you do, then leave a like and a comment. Please suggest more videos like this. If you don't, then you're not watching. You're not up to this point in the video. So yeah, people might not enjoy this, but I'll probably still do them. Like I said, I just want to react to whatever I feel like reacting to on the day. So yeah, I might do more of these, but I might not. Who knows? Yeah, so if you've enjoyed, again, please leave a like and a comment, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye for now.